soon to be call center agent. This is Nayumi Cee once again, and this is part 3 of our out of the box questions and answers plus tips. So I created this video to help you ace your call center job interview. So if you haven't watched part 2 and 1 of this video, I will put it in the description box down below or at the iCards at the upper right corner of your screen. So let's begin. Anyway, if you're looking forward for more upcoming call center tips and techniques, make sure to stay tuned by hitting the subscribe and bell button next to it. If you did already, thank you so much. Okay, so before I start with the number 1 question, I'll give a disclaimer first. So the content of this video is purely based on my research and the answers are all mine. So you may take note of my answers and use it to construct your own based on the ideas I gave, because that is the main reason why I created this. Thank you so much. So let's begin. Number 1. What's the riskiest thing you've ever done in your life? Alright, so let me give you my tips when answering this question. Alright, so don't answer negative remarks about yourself, like I became addicted to alcohol, or I became addicted to drugs, or I became a drug addict, etc. So instead, state a certain scenario you faced, whether at school or in your previous job or jobs, that you never thought you can handle, but you actually did, and it turns out great. So here is my answer to that question, or you can answer it this way. The riskiest thing I've done in my life so far is when I chose to take up a degree in civil engineering, despite the fact that I am not good in mathematics, science, or any other subjects that needs critical thinking skills. I never thought that I can graduate from that course. Surprisingly, I did. That is because of the guidance and help of those kind-hearted people in my life and my dedication to finish that course as well. Okay? So, yeah, that is how you can answer that question. Next. Question number 2 is, if you're an animal, what animal would you be and why? Of course, you have to state the reason why, not just what type of animal or what animal you are. You have to state the reason why, okay? So here are my tips when answering this question. Okay, so this is a type of question that tests your creativity as well as your personality. So relate your answer to an animal that matches your attitude in a way. Okay, or attitude. Alright, so here is how you can answer this question. Or this is a sample answer from yours truly. So if I am an animal, I'd probably be a dog because it matches my personality. I am aloof to people I don't know personally or I am not friends with. However, when I get to know and bond with that person, I became more open and will show my real, friendly, approachable manner. Okay, so if you are just like me, then you can answer a dog. You can be a dog as your answer. So, yeah. Next question is question number 3. What if one day you saw your name at the headline of a newspaper? What would the story be about? So this is interesting, right? So here are my tips when answering this question. So this is asked to test your creativity, hard work, and ambition. But don't take it too seriously. So here is how you can answer this question. Okay, so you can answer it this way. If in the future my name will appear in a newspaper headline, That might be because I got promoted and received an award as the best employee of the year after 25 long years in service. So yeah, if you consider my answer as not so good answer, then you can definitely change it. You can make changes to it. You can revise my answer based on your own answer, based on your own opinion, and based on your own dreams. Okay, next. Okay, so number 4 is, if you offered this job, what will be your concerns about taking it? So this might sound like a simple question, but let's take a look at my tips for you when answering this question. So yes, this might sound a simple interview question, but be careful. So you have to answer this question in a positive manner. So if you will say something negative because you are an honest person, and you will tell the hiring officers directly what would be your concerns, you have to make sure that you can finish your statement on a positive note. Okay, so you always have to give, or you can give a negative scenario, then turn it into a positive one. But this is how I answered this question when I was asked by this question. I myself was asked with this question when I was interviewed. So this is my answer before. Or you can answer it this way. I'm sorry. So if given the chance to be hired and be part of your amazing organization, it sure is my greatest pleasure to willingly accept the offer, because that is my main goal as to why I applied here. And I am not seeing any reasons or concerns that might arise that would lead me to decline the offer. So yes, that is how I answered that question, and luckily I was able to pass it. So I think this is a good answer already. Alright, so we're down to our last question. Last question is, what book do you recommend everyone in your team should read? Alright, so let's take a look at the tips that I gave you when answering this question. So yes, you may suggest or recommend a book that will inspire your interviewer. So you have to have at least one book that you still remember up to these days that really made a difference in your life, or that you never forget, because it truly is very inspiring. So let's take a look at my answer to this question. This is actually my personal answer to that question if I would be asked with this question. Okay, so here's my answer. I will recommend the rest of my team or office mates to read the book written by Mr. Bo Sanchez entitled How to Be Really, Really, Really Happy, because it talks about different real life stories about their daily hustle bustle. It is very inspiring, made simple, and fun in a way. So if you're dealing with stress about work, family, and relationship, this book is a good choice for you to read and enjoy. So Mr. Bo Sanchez is really my favorite author and speaker as well, motivational speaker. And yeah, if you haven't read this book, How to Be Really, Really, Really Happy, then you might as well try reading this one, okay? Especially during these times of pandemic. So we really have to cope up with stress every single day. So that's it. Those are the top 5 out of the box questions and answers that are more likely to be asked by your future interviewer once you applied for a certain job, may it be in a call center or in an office. So I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you learned something from this video, If yes, then kindly smash that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel. You may also share this video. And yeah, best luck on your job hunting. I'll see you again next time. Alright, so once again, this is Nayumi Cee, wishing you a happy day today. God bless you. And of course, congratulations in advance. You can definitely pass that interview. Okay, so you can do it. Just be yourself, right? So bye now.